Hello and welcome to Daily Records. I'm Tommy Burton. And today I'm going to talk about a group that you really can't find a lot of their albums out there. But this is Honey Limited. This was a 60s girl group, and there were sisters, Alexandra and Joan Slywin, Laura Polkinghorne, and Marcia Timmer. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. This album, this group got together at Wayne State University. They were called the Mama Cats, and they started kind of performing in a lot of the local venues. And they started hanging out. This is in Detroit. And so they hooked up with Bob Seger, who was starting out around that time. And he wrote, actually, the first sides of their first single. Glenn Frey was around, Susie Quatro. But the band relocated to Los Angeles, like a lot of people, to seek their fame and fortune. They auditioned for, and you probably guessed by this right here, Mr. Lee Hazelwood. He signed them to his LHI label, Lee Hazelwood Industries, and they started recording with the world-famous Wrecking Crew. And Lee would rename the group, the Mama Cats. He would rename them to Honey Limited. Now, they never had, like a lot of people on the LHI label, never really had any commercial success. They only released one album. They did a version of Laura Nyro's Eli's Coming, but their version was eventually sort of overtaken by the Three Dog Night version, which was a huge hit. Came out just a few months later. By the late 60s, they were doing USO tours with Bob Hope, and they were going to Vietnam and Thailand. They were on a lot of television shows: Ed Sullivan, Joey Bishop, the Andy Williams Show, Jerry Lewis, some of the Bob Hope specials. And so by 1970, Alexandra Slywin, she had dropped out, and she married songwriter J.D. Souther. And so the other three kind of remained together, and they changed their name to Eve. And they did release an album as Eve, but completely, that was also on the LHI label, but just ignored by pretty much everybody. And so they were eventually dropped. Now, Laura Creamer, Polkinghorne, she went on to be a singer, songwriter, and vocalist, and she recorded with just everybody. Billy Joel, Bob Seger, Van Morrison, Glenn Frey, Bruce Hornsby, Kid Rock, Eric Clapton. I mean, she's shown up on a lot of stuff. And you may know her name if you got the Billy Joel Piano Man album. She was on that. She was a backing vocalist on that. Also, we have the other three, Alex and Joan and Marcia. They were in a group called Bajou with the association members. So they continued like throughout and worked with a lot of people. Loretta Lynn, Tina Turner. They all just went on to have kind of background careers in music. And so that leads to this, what I'm holding up right here, today's Daily Record. This is the complete LHI recordings. This is everything that the girls recorded for the Lee Hazelwood Industries label. And, of course, the album came with a nice set of notes, even a little sticker down there for the group. And just really good stuff. Just a girl pop group that followed through with, just different types of sort of themes and styles. Very smooth harmony vocals. Kind of in the vein of like Fifth Dimension and people like that. This sort of nice, sort of gliding vocals, good pop rock arrangements. But some of the songs had a message, dealing with the war and things like that. I'm sure doing the USO tours. But this release sort of reclaims the group and their place in history. It's a shame that they never had any major hits, but no one on the Lee Hazelwood Industries label really had any breakout success, with the exception of maybe the International Submarine Band, who even then, that was years later. But, these albums were pretty much ignored when they came out. So this is a 2-record set that actually it's a single record set, I apologize, that collects everything they recorded during that time. And, fans of those sort of smooth, nice pop vocals, yeah, you'll find that this record just is a great listen. So Honey Limited, today's daily record from Light in the Attic Records, who put this out. And like, comment, subscribe, share if you know this group or know anything about them or know any of these nice ladies. Talk to me and let me know. I appreciate everyone that takes time to interact. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's TommyBurton75. And in the meantime, I'll see you all again tomorrow with another daily record.